This podcast episode may contain explicit material. Listener-viewer discretion is advised. The intention is not to offend, but to provide information. Proceed only if you are comfortable with potentially sensitive content.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Behind the Scenes with Sheriff Jason Ard. I'm Jason Ard. We started this podcast to educate everyone on the role of the Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office. We are about serving and protecting our community. On this podcast, we will tackle lots of topics. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And we have a little bit of a different show today, if you call it. It's a little, maybe serious, not so serious with the guys I got in the room here. So I'm always excited to do these podcasts and reach out to our citizens as well as anybody else that's listening in. With that, I have two famous folks in the room, very famous, Mr. Paul Coleman and Aaron Bond. They're both school resource officers. Paul's actually the lieutenant over the division. Aaron Bond, better known as the James Bond. Is our sergeant, and I know you worked the Watson area. We're going to start with Paul. Paul was the actual first SRO for Livingston Parish.
Yes, sir.
Which is big, and he and I came up together. We actually worked in the detention center back in the early 90s, way back when you actually started your career, and then you went on to road deputy, dare officer.
Yep.
And Denham Springs Police Department. Couldn't believe you left me, man.
I know. I tried to stay. They didn't work around the schedule I needed.
That's right. So tell me a little bit about, not only your background, but how long you've been an SRO in now? When did you start?
The first year at SRO was in 2000-2001 school year. At Denham Springs Junior High helped us get the grant. That's where we started. Mm-hmm. It was hard to get into the schools. The school board actually had to sell it to them first.
Right.
They didn't like the idea of a police car in front of the school, and I had to say, well, we have DARE. It's in front of the schools.
Yeah. It's crazy because that's what was going on back then. It was just different. And,
that's right.
And we had seen, Columbine was the one that really caught everybody's attention, and people started realizing it's not a bad thing to have law enforcement on campus. And, of course, you have to have the right personality. And I mean that because you do. We have a lot of great law enforcement professionals, but some of them just are not meant to be in a school.
That's right.
Just not. So, but yeah, Columbine changed a lot of things for us. And so you started Denham Springs, and what year was that again?
2000-2001 school year.
Okay. So I was actually here at the training center. I just moved from investigations to here when you started school resource officer.
And you're an SRT.
Yes,
I had to deal
SRT.
with you. We came up with some plans together.
He said that I had to deal with you.
That's what came with some plans.
Yeah, we did. Actually, you was very instrumental in helping me start our red light program.
That's right.
Where we basically have a safety deal. It's kind of communication card system where we can communicate what's going on in the classroom in the case of a crisis. I think, and it's still around.
Still around.
It's not the greatest thing, but it's a plan. And I know it's worked on some of the small issues that we've had, and had to do a lot of different little planning deals and things of that nature. So, and then I started had this sheriff came to me and told me I was running for sheriff, and all that started kind of spinning in my head. And you and I had some conversations, and so I started thinking. I said, I want to start this throughout our parish. We really need this. And all of a sudden, here's Aaron. Actually was currently working East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office.
Mm-hmm. I started there in 2003.
And when you was courtroom security or something?
So I started out courtroom, went to DARE, trained on the road, and then I went back to DARE, and then that's when I bumped into you, and you were like, "Hey, buddy, why don't you come work for me?" Every time I ran into you since 2003, you would say, "Hey, why are you working for them and not for me?" And whatever reason, I don't know, but
it's our history together.
Oh, well, that's a story in it. That's a podcast in itself.
It is. So we actually worked at the great Winn-Dixie together as stock boys.
Walker, Louisiana.
That's how I met Aaron and your brother Jewel.
Yeah, he was a stock crew manager at the time. Mm-hmm. I was 15. You were 15-ish.
Yeah. 15.
Yeah, I think you're older than me. You're definitely older than me.
Here we go.
For sure.
We had to pull out our IDs here. We're going to let Paul be the judge.
I'm the oldest. So
Yeah.
we'll stop there.
For sure.
But yeah, well, we became good friends and,
Yeah.
and stayed in touch over the years. And what was crazy is I don't think that I really even knew you went to law enforcement.
Yeah.
And I
then
don't think you really knew I went to law enforcement.
I think I saw you at an event, one of Willie Graves' events. I think it was a day where y'all did community stuff,
Yeah,
something for the community in a Walmart
the
parking
Fun
lot.
Fest. Yeah,
Yes.
big Fun Fest we used to do.
Ran into you there, and you were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "What are you doing?" And you were like, "Why don't you come work for us? Why don't you come work for me?"
Yeah.
And like, "Hey, money's right. I'm coming." So in 2012, that happened. So
Yeah, and then the superintendent at the time was John Watson.
Yep.
And I had a lot of conversation with him, and he was very open to it, and he was a little concerned that we were going to get a little pushback because he has so many schools and we could only have one. And finally, was, look, we got to start somewhere. But
Yeah.
he was very instrumental in helping us out and staying on board with it. And so Aaron accepted the job, came over. So that was in the Watson area. He was the first school resource officer.
August of 2012.
Yeah.
So right after you had got elected. So.
Mhm. It was so now we up to how many SROs we have now?
Total of 13 that I count that I deal with.
Yeah,
And I think
13.
and we have our latest one is in the FTO program right now, and she'll be coming aboard.
Right. So it's been a great program. Y'all do a lot for the school system. And just so people know my vision with the school resource officer, everybody kind of has, I guess, a vision whenever you create a division of, making sure our kids are safe. We want that. And but it's just not about having a uniform and a gun on campus. That's the last thing I want. But you guys do such a good job of mentoring our kids. And there's so many stories. And let's go ahead and do it so we don't forget because it's on my mind. We have so many good school resource officers. And all of you guys do such a phenomenal job. Y'all really do. And I can say this as sitting in the sheriff's seat, y'all have a very minimum headache for me. Y'all are a good crew. You work well together. Any issue that comes up at that school, you're there. You kind of y'all all have taken ownership of your schools, and I've noticed that when I walk on campus. Everyone there, all the kids know who their school resource officer is.
That's the goal.
And
for
it just makes me feel good to know that. And those kids know over time. It took you all over time to kind of you build that rapport and build that trust. And those kids know, hey, I can call Aaron. I can call Mr. Paul. They'll do whatever, if I have something going on at home or, and unfortunately we have that. And I know we can go on and on about those cases. And Aaron said we have a whole nother podcast on that. However, I just want people to understand that was my goal of starting this program is having mentors on campus to be there for these kids. Sometimes they don't have anybody else. And at the end of the day, obviously, we're there to protect them as well, and we'll do our job if that's necessary. Of course, we don't want to do that, but the way the world and society is today is something we absolutely stay alert and ready for. But again, I want to commend all of them. So pick these two guys to come in there because what I said earlier, Paul was the first one for actually Denham Springs, Livingston Parish area, and then the first one for the sheriff's office was Aaron, and I started recruiting Paul right after that.
So that being said, Paul being the guru of the SROs and for Denham, and you having a history with Paul, when you brought me on, you were like, "Hey, you're going to ride with this guy for 1 month." And then
I forgot about that.
That's what we got to tell that story. We've tell that story now that I'm sergeant, Paul's lieutenant. We work very well together, and so our story goes wherever we go. And Paul, you want to go ahead and
Well, first off, I will say this: he always answers the phone when I call, and I'll answer when he calls. So he called me. He says, "Look, I got a guy I'm putting into schools. I want to send him with you for a month. I don't want to hear any complaints. So get him right." So I said, "Okay." So he shows up at the police department. Gets out and get him. I had a little car.
You came to my house.
Oh, we went to your house. I had you at the police car first at somewhere else.
That's right.
Because when he got in, I
right.
thought he spit. I heard. I said, "That guy spit on me." So I'm looking on the car. Is he spitting? So he said, "Hey man, I need to go to my house. I got to get something." I said, "Okay." He's kind of jippery, So I go down to his house.
Jippery. That's
Jippery.
He's all chipping around in my car. So I get into his car and get out of his house. He comes back in and gets in. I God, spitting, what's he doing? So I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking.
What first? Your car is very
Yeah, it's
small.
tight.
Very
It's an
small.
Impala
Your
with a computer.
Your computer's in my lap. I'm trying
it's
to
not
get
made
in.
for big people.
I was a little chubby. at the time.
Well, so I get in. Man, this guy's nuts. So we back out. We're going down the road. Before we get out of the subdivision, he goes, bruh, you got to stop. He's fanning himself. And I start going,
I said,
of
something's
spray.
in your air conditioning. What's in your air conditioning?
He's leaning over and he's hitting us pepper spray and spraying us.
with his computer. So the edge of his computer's hitting, depressing. We had the little leather pouch for the pepper spray, and it was.
But wait, there's more. There's more. So we air out the car.
Snorted.
We catch ourselves. We get back in. He gets a call for Southside to go to Eastover. So we go to Eastover.
My first SRO.
His first call. So I watch him. He does this. Oh, that's all it takes.
Yeah, you
so
don't
he starts,
wipe your
He starts
eyes.
flickering. Ma'am, I need your bathroom. I mean, I don't need your bathroom. I need water. I don't need to drink water. I just my face. I'm thinking in my head, said, good God. What did this guy's crazy.
What is this guy?
We had a really good time with him and learned who he was. He's really, really good guy. And we've had a good relationship ever since then. He sprayed me. He certified me.
Yeah, certified both of y'all, huh?
Recertified us.
So
I've never heard that story.
That was
That's funny.
That was the first event with Aaron.
Did y'all cut out early that day?
No.
You're not
By the
cutting out
book.
early with Paul. Paul is
Usually
by the
early,
books.
and we'll stay
Yes,
late. We're
he
good.
Well,
True story.
I'm glad y'all built a rapport you did because it is a testament to the team that y'all both have very instrumental in helping me create. Although Paul didn't work directly for me at the time, you were always my go-to. And I know then Aaron came on board. You were Aaron's go-to.
Yeah, we ate
And-
lunch together and met and
And you just continued on, and I know what he was doing. He just kind of bait me up to where when he retired for dental, he'd come on over here.
Absolutely.
And of course, I was ready for you to do that.
it was a good pickup.
One of the things that I know, and the reason we're doing this today, because we want to try to get this thing out, because school is here. It's school time. We're actually here in the training facility, and we have probably a couple hundred teachers that are here right now training. They do this twice a year. I know you guys are already back in the schools. The kids come back next Wednesday. So today is
Teachers are Wednesday and the kids are
Friday.
Friday.
Kids are Friday. Okay, so we're right a little over a week out from our kids coming
1
back.
week.
So it will be 1 week from today. And so with that, I know there's things that we want our parents to understand. Aaron's most favorite task, he tells me all the time, he thanks me every morning. Thank you for allowing me to direct traffic. Thank you for just putting me in the Watson area and being a part of that. But seriously, what is some of the things that we need to let our parents know? School's coming back in. If you had something to tell them, what would it be?
I come in early, so I always notice kids on the side of the road for the buses waiting to get picked up. So it's dark. When certain times of the year, it's really dark. So make sure that you're a visual of the kids on the corners. They'll be close to the roadway usually. They'll be real close, so be careful.
And some mornings is really foggy here in South Louisiana, so that's also can potentially be a huge issue. Traffic is always, right now it's not as hectic, but it will be when the school buses get involved and all these
especially for
teenagers that are driving as well.
That's what I was fixing to say, especially for the kids that are driving. Just let them be extra cautious. Don't speed. Don't be in a hurry. Leave early. Leave well before you need to leave to make sure you get there safely.
So what's some of the trends? So let's go back in 2012. We're going to start there. What were some of the things that you were dealing with in the school that you taught Aaron about a little bit, and then we're going to get to what we're dealing with today?
Well, I always had the criminal stuff we dealt with because that's where our role is, or mentoring and dealing with the criminal stuff as a resource. We had just marijuana, not the vapes that we're dealing with today.
Yeah.
So we didn't see a lot of other drugs, pills. We'd see some pills, but not what you're seeing today. You're seeing more of the clandestine stuff with the
tobacco. Back in the day, it was the actual chewing tobacco. And I was in Live Oak, started in Live Oak, so I don't know if your guys dipped and smoked and did stuff like that, but that's kind of what we had, the tobacco and the alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was another thing I was going to say. Parents, get in your kids' business. get in their book sacks. Check. I know all of our kids are angels. My kids were not angels. But get in their business. Go through their book sacks. Make sure they don't have any type of contraband. Check for vapes, and we'll talk about the vapes in a moment.
Yeah.
But check their stuff out. Check their vehicles out. Make sure that they do not bring any type of contraband, on the campus. So
And it could be contraband of them being mischievous, or it could be an accident, because I know of kids that have accidentally left their hunting knife in their bag because they use that bag to go hunting, and they've gotten expelled for it. There's zero tolerance for weapons on campus, and so those are little things that can very easily slip in as well.
100%.
Well, if there is any case where there's a weapon, bring it to the office, because we've had cases with that, and we have to research that and investigate it. And a lot of times if there's no intent, there's some things. We really had a case where a car had broke down the night before, a new car. And the kid, as soon as he got to school, he realized it was in the book sack. He went straight to the office, told him, look, there's a gun in my book sack. I'm not opening it, but there's one. When I saw it in the class, nobody else saw it. So I told the officer, we got to verify all of the stories. Got to check with the wrecker company, the dealership, and the parents, because the parent had put everything in the book sacks to get it out of the car when it broke down.
Right.
And all of that checked out. So he had no intent. So we didn't want to charge him. The school didn't charge him either, because he did the right thing. So we deal with those sort of things, and we don't want to punish them for doing the right thing. Had he concealed it after showing somebody else, that's totally different.
Yeah, and just like on the road, it's case by case.
Yes,
I mean,
case by
you
case.
deal with each kid differently.
Yeah, it's big when it comes to discretionary. You have to use those, but you got to stick with the facts.
That's
You
right.
have to do your investigation to make sure that we're doing the right thing.
Right.
And again, there's no intent. You got to work with them because you want them. You want to encourage them to do the right thing.
Right.
And that absolutely is what he should have done. And I know today it's just like these. The vapes, I know, are probably, and I'm guessing here, are the number one thing that y'all are having to deal with. And we have just recently had some laws that I think got a little better with that, having vapes on campus, or maybe our school system.
The school system changed the verbiage because we're having a problem with THC as a controlled substance at 0.3 or under 0.3% of THC is not a CDS anymore.
Right.
So a lot of the ones we're getting for the medical are in that range. So we'd have to charge them with tobacco product, not marijuana, because it's not fitting the controlled substance law. So that's the biggest problem we're having, to research it and having access to get the proper answer for what we're dealing with. Sometimes we can't. We have no test.
We don't have a test for the vape, for the marijuana, but it's expensive if we did have those tests, and so we have to do research. Each deputy does their research on the computer to see if that particular vape. If they can find it, locate it, see if it's above 0.3, then they're charged with possession of marijuana. If not, they're charged with tobacco products.
Okay. And how often are y'all dealing with vapes?
This past year at Live Oak, I would say, or not mentioning any schools, but I would say overall, there's a vape detectors that they started putting in the schools.
It's cut it down a lot.
This year has cut down probably more than half.
Okay.
So
Well, that's
last
good.
year, we had a lot. This year was probably half of that.
I don't think the kids
vape
believed it
detectors.
was working, because they would go in there and it'd pop off on them. It's like, oh, goodness, these kids, they know it's here and they're still doing it.
Yeah.
And they also changed the law within the school system as far as possession of their cell phones. Last year was the first year
That's
they
what I
couldn't
was
carry
thinking
their
about.
phone.
It was a vape. It was a cell phone.
Yeah, so the verbiage for that, they can bring their phone, I believe, but they cannot have it out at any time. Or some schools actually, I believe, certain classes, they check it
Teacher
into that
direction,
class.
yeah.
And if they're disciplined at school, if they're caught with that cell phone, that alone, not having their cell phones, cut down on fights dramatically, because during the day before this rule came into effect at the school level, they would text each other and geek each other up. They would meet in the bathrooms. There were all types of bullying, cyberbullying happening on their cell phone
On
at
campus,
school.
right.
Yeah, and so this past year, my reports at Live Oak went probably from 80 to 40. I mean, a little half again. So that dropped down.
Well, and it's nice to see when these tools come out and they actually work.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
It,
And that one
seeing
was
progress.
a big one. It did. The cell phone, oh, man, I got a lot of thoughts on teenagers and cell phones. We need them. Everybody has them. But there's a time and a place, for them. Of course, the parents are concerned because they want their kids, in the event of something big happening on campus, they want them to have that cell phone so they can contact their parent. I understand that. So this law, this rule among the school system allows them to have their cell phone for that safety purpose, but not to have it out in class using it. So
Not abusing,
right.
for sure.
Cameras is a big thing. I know at Denham when I started, we were getting 70 burglaries a year in the parking lot during the day. Mm-hmm. Getting good fingerprints. We knew it was kids, because we didn't get any kind of hits. So I went and polled other schools our size, Woodlawn, Bel Air, Central, and all the principals told me the same thing. They had the same problem, so they put cameras up. So the city wrote a grant for $12,000. I believe it was $10,000 or $12,000, and the school board had to match it. And we put the cameras up that summer. And the first week, we caught a drug deal. We caught 2 other burglaries taking place. And after that, the kids were trying to beat the cameras off the walls. But that kind of started the trend throughout the parish to get cameras. And that's, you'll see when we have any kind of incident at schools and there's not a lot of cameras, that's the next thing they're trying to get is cameras. That's very important. If any kind of funding we get for grants for cameras at the schools that are less on the outside, we need them.
They're priceless right now because they're helping us to prevent crime. And once they know it's there, they don't like it, but they understand, okay, look, there's a camera here. You can't do that.
Right.
Yeah, because our numbers went down.
Yeah. And I remember you actually telling me that's a big thing. And I think majority of our school has the cameras now. Mm-hmm. I think that kind of started upticking and putting the cameras on campus.
Some of the principals were able to write for a safety grant this summer, and I believe they're going to pick a couple of the schools, and they're going to add cameras to their campus. So.
Yeah, well, that's good. We can't have enough of those. It's been a vital tool to us in all our investigations, and again, if it prevents them from doing something, that's even better.
Right.
So what happens with a kid if he gets caught with a regular vape, no THC in it?
The school's discipline, they'll do their part. We're kind of married, but not to each other. Mm-hmm. They do their thing and we do our thing. So when it's a criminal thing for us, we handle whatever. If it's the tobacco products or if it's the marijuana, we deal with that because it's going to be illegal for them to have if they're underage. Right. And the school will do their discipline, and it's something each school. Some schools had a different plan.
Yeah. So Live Oak, Gary Jones was the new principal last year, and so he's looking at it. Prior to that, they would have one incident of them catching them with a tobacco vape. They wouldn't even let us know. Or he may let us know and say, hey, we're going to watch this kid. He got busted with a vape, tobacco vape. They would give him a detention or whatever. The second vape with a tobacco product, they would contact me, and he would be written for that law, would be the possession of tobacco underage.
Right.
And then he would be arrested. So Gary Jones is looking at that and deciding, hey, do we want to go to 3? Do we want to do it? He's just kind of working it out and seeing what he wants to do. At the end of
the day, we as parents need to make sure we understand that they're not allowed to have those on campus. And a lot of parents don't know.
It is illegal for them to possess it.
It's illegal for them to possess. And I know that a lot of parents have called us over the years, and you guys have gotten involved with where are they getting it from, how are they getting this stuff, and we've worked some cases, and there's still a lot out there when it comes to certain stores, convenience stores that are selling to these kids.
Right.
And hats off to narcotic guys. I had Cody Gyro in here, and we kind of touched on it before. We want to go back, and we're going to do like a whole episode just on the vapes and some of the investigations they've done. But a lot of that stuff actually comes from our school system. Will give us the information. Some of these kids will tell us, hey, this is where they're getting it at. And we'll wind up working a really good case and shut those businesses down. So I think we've had 3 good ones so far.
And the narcotics guys works, Cody, they work great with us. And our guys, we can contact them and say, hey, just give them a heads up. This kid is saying this, his friends are saying this, and they respond really well to that.
Yeah.
I mean, our narcotics guys do.
ATC, really I always give a tip to ATC on the ones that are outside the parish when we work on the east side.
Right.
They were getting them off of Tangi. So I'd contact ATC and give them the location.
Yeah, and it's just something we're constantly and I say that because I want the parents to know when we catch your child with one, we question them. A lot of times they cooperate, and if we find out that someone is selling it to them, you don't know anything about it. Obviously, as a parent, you want them dealt with as well, and if we can get the right information to lead us to that, that's what we do and try to shut them down. So I know that we shut down at least 2, but I think we've had 3 big investigations involving convenience stores selling it, and one was, and I think we had another one that was, if I remember, it was an individual at his home that we got a lot of vapes off of, boxes and boxes, and he was selling to the kids.
And these kids will sell it to their friends.
Right.
And
it was a whole racket they had going on.
Yeah.
It's always something.
Always.
Well, one thing that I do want to make sure that we understand, this is minor stuff compared to a lot of surrounding areas that are dealing with, weapons on campus, shootings on campus, and I hope we never see that. I know we're prepared if that happens. But it's nice to know that we don't have to deal with that, and we're just dealing with these sorts of things. Right. But you take care of the little things, and usually the big things won't happen.
That's right. And that's all about our SROs. We preach to them presence. Yes. Be on campus. Let your kids see you. It's a deterrent for them bringing guns and stuff on campus.
Absolutely.
So be there. Be seen.
You mentor these kids, a lot of your at-risk kids. I always describe them because I've been doing this for a long time. So someone meets me in a Walmart. They say, "Oh, you're my officer in school." And I said, "What's your name?" I don't know the name. So you're part of the forest. So there's a forest. We don't see all the kids because the majority of the kids are doing the right thing, but we deal with the trees, the individuals a lot. So that's the ones we deal with a lot. And I try to encourage the guys and girls to mentor those kids, maintenance visit them. When you see them walking around, talk to them. You don't know what, you might be the only positive person that they run across.
Right.
Me and Paul can't go one place without someone going, "Officer Paul, Officer Paul." And some of them are like 30 and 40 years old. I'm trying to figure that out.
That's because he's
I'm
so
60.
old, man.
You look good, though. You look good.
Yeah. But I know y'all both have a lot of stories. Y'all have touched so many lives out there, and I've had story after story. I remember an SRO, I'm not going to call his name because I can't remember which one it was staying after hours helping a kid that was having trouble reading. And he attracted, this young man attracted to the uniform, and he started escalating. Like, he started doing so much better, and he actually was able to pass and just basically changed this whole child's outlook on school. And he just didn't have that mentor in his life.
Right.
So we have so many stories like that. I know, Paul, you have one. We actually did a story on it with a young man with some musical instruments, if I remember right.
That's Ben.
Ben.
Well, tell me about Ben. Okay, I don't get the reactions he's getting when I go to Live Oak. I replaced him. So when I go around there, it's like, "Oh, he's leaving. Who are you?" So I go to the special needs class and meet, because those kids usually gravitate to you.
I forgot you replaced Aaron.
I replaced Aaron.
I am
big shoes to fill.
I am
Yeah, I couldn't.
the great Paul.
So I go down there and I'm not going to say the teacher's name. But she says, "Put the handcuffs on one." I said, "No, we do not handcuff kids. They're not going to show this off." She goes, "Dude, pull them out, show them, pull them up. Handcuff me." I said, "No, I don't want to handcuff. Just show how they work." So when I put the handcuff, one ring, it went, "Kink." Her son was in there. It was Ben. Oh, my God. I didn't know that. He comes running. "Oh, my God." She goes, "Gotcha." I said, "Oh, my God." She goes, "She's laughing about it." So I changed her name from that point on. I call her something else. It rhymes with her name.
Right.
But anyway, that's my first meeting with Ben. And after that, I built a relationship with Ben through the years, because she's, "Oh, he's just showing y'all. There's nothing to it." But I felt like a heel. I said, "Oh, my God. She got me. She really did."
Yeah.
So through the years, you get to deal with them and see them. And I don't know if you want to talk about the drums or not, but that was one of those things.
Please.
So he was beating around stuff. So I bought some drumsticks to him, and I play in a band. And I do spend money every year because we get taxed. And you have to show where you spend money. So I bought another set of drums, and I was going to give him my practice kit. One of the guys was out, so I was covering for him on the east side. So I was over there for 3 months. So I couldn't get up to meet him. So I said, "I'm just going to buy him a set and ship it to the school." So my wife, she's really on board with us doing stuff. We help. There's not a teacher or any people in them schools who are not buying shoes, clothes, or something for these kids.
I know they buy a lot.
Yes. So those are behind the scenes
out of their own
things.
pocket.
That's right. So my wife was, her as well. She's not going to complain. So I ordered a set of drums. I shipped them to the school, and I told the SRO, "Let me know when they get there." So they arrived there, I think, in October. So I keep calling, "Hey, did y'all get them together yet?" Because I know it's going to be kind of a chore to put them together. And, "Oh, not yet." Something. Maybe they're going to do it for Christmas. So Christmas goes, I'm still on the east side. "Y'all get it done?" "No, not yet." So, "Oh, this is not good." So I get cut loose in January. So I go by there the first day. I'm out loose. "Hey, oh, not yet. No, not yet." I said, When can you help?" I said, "Tonight. I'll come tonight." So after work, I went over there and put them together for him. And it was a really good surprise for him. It was a really good thing. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's a feel-good thing for you.
Yeah, I know he was very excited to get his drums.
Because of his band.
How you got his mama back? You gave him a set of drums.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, she's got him in a room. So yeah, she's got him.
I don't know if it'll be added to the podcast, but I sent them a picture in of this same Ben. Gosh, so I started in 2012. I was at Live Oak, right when the first part of the year it was the old school. Then they went to the new school, And Ben was there. His mother's been a teacher there for a while, and Ben was there, special needs, and so I believe they can be there till he was 21 years old. But he's a wonderful person. And so I was there from 2012, 2018. Ben was there the whole time. So before I was replaced by Paul, Ben loves the police. Me and him had a great relationship. He dressed up like me one day. He even had the little sign on his said Officer Aaron. And so he was so excited the day that he was dressed up like Officer Aaron. And Ben's not a little guy. Ben's a little short, but he was pushing 280, 290. You know, I'm getting older, and I'm not as old as Paul, but I'm getting older. I'm walking down the hall. Ben comes around the corner, and he sees me. He takes off into a full run and launches himself onto me.
Yeah.
And so there's a picture of Ben like jumping into my lap, so to speak, while I'm standing, and I just remember my back going, oh. And
I'm actually looking at the picture now. He's got you too.
Yeah, he got me. He got me good. But and the schools are full of these kids that they love the police, they love us, they love their mentors, whether they're special needs, not special needs. Every one of them go through something, good, bad, whatever, and they want to share it with their deputy. I'm officer.
Bond.
So my name's James Bond. And James Aaron Bond.
And don't think that he's shy that his name is James Bond.
I was.
007.
I always was
007.
until now. I'm 53.
Who are you?
Man,
Bond.
what a rip.
James Bond.
I bet you got a tattoo that says 007.
We got a policy for
When
that.
I turn, it's hidden.
It's covered.
It's covered.
Okay. I mean, I'm just
It's
saying,
covered.
if my name was James Bond, I would absolutely have a tattoo that said 007. I mean,
If
why
my
wouldn't
mother
you?
is watching this, Mom, I did get a tattoo when I was 40. I turned 40. Got my tattoo. But anyway, so they call you you get so many nicknames from these kids, whether
Yeah.
it's Officer Bond. I got called 007 a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've had fun with that. But these kids love us. These kids, if you're doing your job as an SRO and you're being seen, you're making these relationships with the parents, with the kids, with the schools. It's just really neat to see it all come together and really work.
So listening, some of the school resource officers tell me that they're going to a game, or I actually ran into them at the game, and they're not really there working. They're there to see some kids wanting to come watch them play. That tells you all you need to know.
Absolutely.
They're wanting you to come and watch them play football or basketball or whatever the case may be, because they have that respect for you, and it's like a parent or an uncle. Hey, come watch me play ball. I mean, I got a game tonight. So knowing that they are there doing that is going above and beyond of their part, because they have built that kind of rapport.
Yeah.
So I hear those stories a
I got
lot.
something on that.
Yeah.
We're from Walker.
Yeah.
I worked at Denham. They do not get along.
Walker and Denham. When did you come up with that? I mean, really?
I loved Denham working there. It was great. And I couldn't believe it. First time I said, "Go Jackets." I actually said, I didn't throw up. But I actually said that. So I was at my daughter's senior year. She was in the color guard for the Walker bands. I had to give her flowers, So I escorted the team because I couldn't get anybody to do it. So I told Big D, I said, "Look, I'm going to be on the Walker side because my daughter's tonight." And so I go sit over there. So I'm cheering for the Denham kids as they're running the ball, whatever. And Bobby and I said, "Man, you're on the wrong team. You're on the wrong side." I said, "I will stand for those kids no matter where we're at because they're
That's
good
right.
kids."
That's right.
And that's the whole point. These kids, it's not about the school. It's not about where we came from. It's about these kids.
It is.
So-
It is at the end of the day. It's good to have the rival, and you always have that. And but it's really nice to see these kids exceed the way they do. And again, I know y'all play in a very a big role in that and mentoring these kids. And I know is there any story that kind of sticks out of one of the SRO guys that I've shared with y'all that y'all know of that we would love to share? I know we try to put a lot of stuff out on social media. It might be some stuff we hadn't put out, but I know a lot of people don't watch that. They don't get to see it.
Yeah, SRO, one of our SROs, Brett Savant. Holy moly, he's a character.
He is. Brett's always doing some
God.
stuff. He don't have a lot of rhythm, but he tries. Yeah.
He's got
imagination.
Kind of like some of the talents when it comes to singing ability.
Yeah,
I think y'all sung "Just a Swingin" not long ago.
Paul was the lead on that.
Oh, I could tell he was pushing the issue on it. But
100%.
although it was probably the worst that I've ever heard,
It was
I think
horrible.
it was the most views we've ever gotten. So probably because look at
so
these guys.
bad.
No,
But
it's
you know
pretty
what?
bad.
Y'all didn't do it for that. Y'all did it for the kids, and I'm
right.
sure they really enjoyed that.
If somebody filmed the whole event that we was doing there, they would have saw it. It was really good. It was really
Yeah.
good. They had a really good time.
Yeah. Well, they don't do that.
No, they
want,
don't.
They want to just show the little small parts of it. So.
And we have a lot of deputies, like, oh, I can't work with kids, or, I'm a road cop, or, I can't be in the schools. I mean, they don't realize how much fun we actually get to have. We get paid for it, but we do. It's a family. I mean, I'm family at Live Oak. In fact, Paul and I, we saw Miss Jerry Wilson. She retired from Live Oak, and we went and had a luncheon with them yesterday. We ate, we hugged her, she cried, and they're family to us. And so come Christmas time, you're going to you get really fat at schools because they're constantly, oh, Deputy Bond, I got you some donuts. And you know what? I'm going to eat the donut.
Yeah.
I'm not going to not eat the donut.
That's right.
And so it's a big family. So these guys that are girls or whatever and look down, they're like, oh, I'm not going to be a school cop. Or they're missing out. I mean, they're really missing out. It is a calling. It does take a special
It is. You have a
person.
certain personality, but also you guys, y'all are very instrumental in what we do in investigations, because I know I have personally called Paul when I was in chief operations, stuff like that. You was a school resource officer trying to get information, solving crimes. And, those kids, unfortunately, some of them are involved in them. They may be connected to it somehow, some way. And so we have a lot of information sharing that goes on between SRO, road deputies, investigations.
Our detectives call us all the time.
So I know y'all do get a lot of calls for that, because, and unfortunately, there's some sad things that go on that, the kids are in y'all's, under your watch, and maybe.
That being said, while it's on my mind, I had thought about it earlier, and I talked to Paul about it. So we work hand in hand with the counselors at
Man,
the
well,
school.
keep your hands off my table.
Do I keep hitting the table?
Boom,
my
boom.
My Cash is having a fit over there because I keep bumping the mic.
We
All right,
good, man.
I'm
We
going to
keep
sit just
going.
like this.
You good?
All right.
I mean, you almost knocked the whole microphone off the stand a while ago. You got
felt that.
got
I
so
felt
excited.
that.
Yeah.
With your head.
Yeah.
Dunk.
Go ahead.
So, as an SRO, we deal hand in hand with our counselors. And that's one big thing we always talk to our SROs, get to know your counselors. They're going to see the kids that are going to need the help. And so when probably 2014, I had an opportunity to meet with a young lady with our counselors. We always meet with the kid, whether it's boy or girl, with the counselor, and they wanted to talk to the police or, talk, hey, maybe this is going on. We want to know what can be done, through the police eyes or something like that. So this young girl talked about things going on at home and what could I do about it. I was able to share some advice with her at that time. So throughout the next year or two, I was able to speak with her and mentor her. We'd meet with the counselor and she'd ask me some questions, got to know her pretty good. Well, unfortunately, I went into juvenile detectives in 2018 when Paul went to Live Oak. And one of the first cases that I worked was this young lady had actually taken her own life. And so I worked that case. I showed up at her house after knowing her. It was probably one of the saddest things that I've ever dealt with. My daughter was 16 at the time. This girl was 16. I had to attend her autopsy. So there's things like this that unfortunately do happen. But hopefully when I was meeting with her, she did get that little bit of a bright light and, I was able to share with her some things from my heart, and she shared some things with her heart. Evidently, she was just going through some pretty traumatic stuff.
Yeah.
But we deal with things like that, and that was one of the toughest things that I actually had to deal with.
That's got to be tough. And we see so many of those things. And but I do want to get the record straight on something. You asked to go in detectives.
I did. 100%.
So Paul didn't.
Yeah, that the whole replacement thing is kind of a joke. No,
Yeah.
I did come to Sheriff Ward and ask him. I said, hey,
Yeah. Hey.
I would like to go to detectives.
Yeah.
I did.
I'm glad you did. Look, you go
6
out.
years.
You've learned a lot, and
Absolutely.
you bring that back to the schools, and I'm sure it's helped you advance a lot now that you're back into the school system.
Yeah.
And and let Paul pass you up because you left for a little while, and now he gets to be your boss.
I love it. Paul is wonderful. We have a captain. I love my captain if she's watching this. But Paul talks to my captain, and he talks to me. We all three honestly work really well together.
Y'all do a good job. All of y'all do a really good job. And like, sharing these stories, there's very unfortunate things that go on in people's lives, in their homes. And sometimes that's brought to school, and sometimes it's brought to the workplace. And that's what we do. We're there to be that person to help in any way that we can. Anything that's necessary, whether it's having to mentor was what we want to do, and maybe give some redirection, which is always good. But then there's the times where we have to put our foot down because the law's been broke.
That's right.
And the criminal code is there, and we're going to do what we have to do because it isn't about that one child. It's about the entire school. I mean,
right.
and you want to make sure we stay in that line. And y'all have done a great job of that, making sure you make good discretionary decisions. And we're not perfect. We're going to make some mistakes here and there, but I just commend y'all because y'all do such a great job and always have a smile on your face, even when you're dealing with things that are pretty dramatic. You still get the job done, and that's super important. And again, it's not just you guys; it's your entire team that we have built here that has done such a great job together. And I know we need to get some singing lessons for some dancing lessons for some, but they play their part and they do it well. And so I commend y'all for leading such a great group of people. And I've been able to translate, our Captain Jennifer Dewey's, demands and orders, from Chalmette.
I call it Spanish. When she gets on the roll, I said, she's speaking Spanish again. Hold on.
I speak Jennifer. Slow down. I call it speaking Jennifer.
Yeah. So look, guys, we can go on, and I know that one of the things that I just wanted to make sure that we kind of put this out to our community. Hey, look, school's now back in session, basically. By the time this goes out, we'll be a few days from school opening up. No pressure on my cashier, but we'll have this thing out. We want to make sure that you guys that are listening remember that we're going to have a lot of foot traffic again, buses on the street. We're going to have heavy traffic, congested traffic, teenage drivers, some for the first time. And so I think Paul said earlier, or maybe Aaron, get up a little earlier. Be patient. We don't need no road rage incidents. Unfortunately, we're going to have them. And traffic, we know, is an issue. We do the best job we can. I think last year in Watson, y'all came up, worked with Brian Payront and them with the traffic guys, and came up with a very good system that allowed that traffic to get out a little quicker and help out. But those things are going to happen if, you got bullying going on. You have any of those things that are going on in school, you know that a kid's got a vape or a weapon, anything, we encourage that information. Go to your school resource officer, go to your parents. Your parents are really good about calling us. And I just want to kind of end on a topic that I want to discuss, and it's social media. And social media is a great tool for all of us to get information out. But sometimes it can be a huge headache and cause a lot of disarray when things go out on social media before we're able to check it out to make sure it's credible. And I know you guys work with that every day. And I kind of want to talk about that because I know we've had some incidents. And y'all probably got something popping in your head right now. And look, it's real simple. My kid came home today, and he said there was a kid on the bus with a gun, and they don't call us. They want to put it on social media first. They want to rant a little bit about it. And I understand it, but we don't have the full story, and we don't know if it's true or not. And but give us an opportunity to try to correct that, because what we don't want to do is shut that school down and cause all kind of havoc and disrupt our classroom. And that's what happens.
It will blow up.
It will. Paul,
Quickly.
I can tell you got something on your mind.
We deal with these a pretty good bit.
Yeah.
But I've never been told no at a door when I go look for these kind of calls. And it's how you approach the parents, because I always tell them this. It's, look, don't you want your kid to be safe? Yes, I do. Don't you want us to do everything we can to make your child safe? Yes, I do. Well, unfortunately, your kid's the one who said this today, and we have to make sure everyone else is safe.
Right.
and get a waiver, search waiver, and I've never been told no. How to go through, and I usually bring somebody. Always when you search, I want a second person with you.
Right.
So we search and been very fortunate. We never found a gun. It's just kids making statements. And when it's unfounded, we go there, and then of course the schools handle that differently. We know the process. Look, we tell the parents, don't put them on a bus, don't go through corporal. You'll meet at the principal at this time, and they'll show up with the student at a certain time to meet with the principal to handle their side of it. So
yeah, and it's just so much that can go on with that, and you got to understand it's a process, and a lot of these kids, what they were doing was finding images online of guns,
right.
and they're posting it and playing around, photoshopping, and it's not even their gun. And we've even caught where we have seen that image before, years before, and again, it causes so much. So when you see those, please report it to us as ASAP, as soon as you can, so we can get to the bottom of it. And a lot of times you guys, I know you are out there sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning trying to make sure the school is going to be safe the next morning before the bell rings, and trying to close that out to say, hey, we have this person, we've settled, everything's good, everybody's safe, the campus is safe to go back to.
And it's kind of like the term swatter call, when someone puts a fake message out there of a school shooting or someone, receiving harm or something like that. It just blows up. Another thing is bomb threats that we've dealt with last year.
Yeah.
Someone calling in like a voice. It wasn't a recording. It was one of the, I believe it was at Watson at the middle school. Mm-hmm. The secretary actually talked to someone, and they were saying, I have a bomb. Sounded like a little kid, but you don't know. You don't know if it's a kid or not. Yeah. So we have to go into full bomb threat mode. I mean, this is everyone, all available units are out, and they are searching that school. We're shutting buses down. It calls the first one caused major chaos.
Yeah.
The second one was a little bit better. We're always prepared. Sheriff's office is always prepared to handle these situations, but it just might take a little bit of time to unfold. And that one was, kind of scary because the secretary actually talked to someone. The person hung up, called back. Yeah, and so she's talking to a real person.
Is that the one? Was it Live Oak?
Yeah, Live Oak.
And we actually made an arrest on that.
Did.
Yeah, we was able to, and if you back up to about 2 years ago, when we got the one on opening morning of school, it was in Denham Springs, it was in the city. That wound up being, and we had a couple after that wound up being somehow connected nationally.
That's right.
It was some type of robo call or something, and it was several big cities and just different cities across the United States that were getting these bomb threats. And Denham Springs happened to be one of them, and I think there was a few more in our parish. This one in particular was some of the last one we got. We was able to make an arrest on them, and that was one of the first ones, or maybe the second one. I actually went there myself, got on social media to put the message out to tell the parents, hey, look, I'm on campus. We're okay.
We're making it safe.
And it's a challenge to us sometimes because I can't be everywhere, but also I try to make an effort because I know that, the sheriff says it's okay, then it's okay.
Right.
And so if I can get there to give a parent a little bit of closure to, okay, we're good, sheriff's on campus. So I do make an effort to do that and show up at some of those bomb threats. I think the last one we had was maybe at North Corbin. We had some kind of incident there.
We had the
guy behind
two students thought they saw somebody with a gun. Long thing, may have been a gun.
Yeah.
In the woods.
And they did such a great job of keeping that really quiet. And the kid came in and said he thought he'd seen somebody describe the person in the shirt. And it was quick response. And I think we identified what we believed to have been what they saw was a jogger.
Yes, a lady jogging. A
lady jogging. And so those kind of things happen. But again, it goes back to give us an opportunity to check it out. And that's why we have deputies on campus. We have SROs, as well as our security team that's on just about every campus and are patrolling it every day. So our response time is pretty much we're there already on a very high percentage of the time.
The parents, their first inclination is get in my car and go to that school. Just wait.
I'm a parent. I'm the same way.
But it clogs everything up. It shuts everything down.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've passed when my kids were in school and we'd have an incident. or even a call or just like a nationwide deal, how many times I would drive by the school just to look at my son's truck or my daughter's, she had a little white Jeep. I just wanted to see it. Yeah. I have to go see them. I just wanted to see something of them, and then I patrol the school and I'd go back to work. Yeah, because as a parent, and you can't help it.
It's innate.
It's tough on us because if those incidents happen, you have to be able to control that emotional involvement. Like you said earlier, doing an autopsy, you think of your daughter, and that can actually send you south, and you're on the north. We got to stay focused, and this is an object. This is a piece of evidence, and that's what we have to focus on. So it really is easy to squirrel, off into the another piece of land over there. But anyway, guys, I know I want to end with this and this little statement here. Social media, please do the best job you can to work with us. Help us to try to maintain the safety of our campus. It's the number one thing for us. We want to make sure your kids are safe. These guys go out every day and make that happen. You can trust us. Y'all are very visual to our children out there and our parents. You're there, like I said, every day. You're on campus. Call us. We have a LPSO app. You can submit a tip. You call 911. We will be on it ASAP and try to get this thing resolved as quick as possible. Most of these things come in after school. Usually it's something said on the bus, after hours. We've had on occasion had something in the morning, that something said, or maybe they have seen what they thought was a gun. Right. And the kids are really good about coming to us or are going to their principals or a teacher. And so we need your help to control that social media narrative. And I know it's as easy to get on and be angry and rant something, but please make sure that we want to maintain the safety of that school. And the quicker we get that information, the less we have to keep people at bay. Because again, like Aaron said earlier, the most vicious person in the world is a parent. And I'm one, and you are one. Yes, Mama Bear or even Daddy Bear. You don't want to deal with them, and you can't blame them. We there. It's sometimes hard to take that daddy hat off and put on the sheriff hat sometimes with me, but I have to. It's two different situations. And but guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for what you do.
Thanks for having us.
And I just hope that you out there listening, I just want to give you a little tidbit of information on what our school resource officers do each and every day. We love your kids. We want to make sure our campus stays safe. We want to continue our great work relationship with our school system. I have been through several superintendents. I'm not going to name them because I'm going to forget one, but I think it's 5 or 6. I started with John Watson, and now with Jody Purvis, who's doing a great job, loves our program. They've all supported it and have gotten behind us and worked really well with us. So Murphy just left, and he was the one who helped us gather the security detail, and Jody Purvis seen the value in it, kept it on, and so that's kind of where we're at today. So look, new school year, great things to look forward to. And again, guys, Aaron, Paul, I know y'all are busy this time of the year. Wanted to get y'all in here before you got too busy. Right. So I greatly appreciate what y'all do each and every day.
I appreciate it.
We are very lucky to have you work in the schools in this parish. And I know your team that y'all have been very instrumental in building. Great. Couldn't ask for anything more than that. So with that being said, this was going to wrap it up for Behind the Scenes with Sheriff Jason Hard. We thank y'all for listening. And look, download the LPSO app, submit a tip if you have any information out there. If you like what you're hearing, share it. We love when you share our stuff. And as always in Livingston Parish, we love our schools. We absolutely love our churches. And we are very much believers in the Second Amendment. With that, God bless each and every one of you, and be safe.